This episode is brought to you by the Denver Art Museum. Kick off your weekend at the Denver Art Museum's next Untitled Artist Takeover event on Friday, April 24th from 6 to 10 p.m. Get ready for a night of creativity and culture featuring poetry readings, crafting origami stars and printmaking, the electrifying rhythms of Japanese drumming, one-night-only art installations, and a nostalgic fashion show. The evening will be led by artists Leilani Durr and Soo-Yoon Juliet Lee and other contributing creatives. Untitled Artist Takeover is included in general admission and free for Denver Art Museum members. Reserve your tickets today at denverartmuseum.org. Welcome to CityCast Denver. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. So today we're answering your questions, sharing your thoughts, and so much more as we open up the CityCast Denver mailbag. Producer Olivia Jewel Love, hi.
Hello, how's it going?
Good morning. Producer Paul Caroli, hello.
Hey, what's up, Bree?
Well, what's up is we are in the midst of our membership drive. So as you all know, we are in the middle of it. We are driving, we're doing our spring drive. We really want you to become a part of this community. Join the CityCast Denver Neighbors program. And again, we just have 1 week left of this. So we really, really need you to join us. But, we've talked about a lot of the cool perks that come along with being a member, members only invites to events that are just for you all and us to hang out. You get this cool new Denver pennant that's brand new to this particular drive. So that's really exciting. But we also have this part that we haven't really talked about a ton, which is our neighborhood shout outs. And so this is a space for you when you join as a neighbor to share with us someone or somewhere in your community here in Denver that deserves a shout out. Maybe it's your favorite barista at your favorite coffee shop, your mailman, teachers at your kid's school, your gym, just somewhere that you love that you want folks to know more about. Olivia, who do you think of when you think of a neighborhood shout out? Like, what would you shout out? I know there's a lot of places you love.
Ooh, where would I shout out?
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of some of my fave trinket shops. Like I love
course.
Tallulah Jones. I love Revolt Goods. I think those are some great spots.
Paul, what about you? What do you think when you think of neighborhood shout outs? Who do you think about?
On my mind right now, Humane, Colorado. Humane, Colorado is where my wife
You want to
and I
update listeners a little? Yeah.
I'd be happy to. Yeah. There's some action happening as we speak. But I talked about how my wife and I adopted a new cat, a little baby kitten, a couple months ago. He is very energetic. He loves to bite. And some advice from Olivia, who's a veteran cat owner and then also a vet, was little kitten needs a friend. If you don't want kitten to bite you, you get a little friend for the kitten to bite and play with.
They love to bite each other.
They can bite each other as much as they want. And so we're doing that. And we first tried to go somewhere else, a different place that has, cats that I thought that they wanted you to adopt them, but turns out they're kind of being difficult about it. And so Megan and I are just like, you know what? Let's just keep watching Humane, Colorado. It's almost cat season. Apparently the population fluctuates. It gets bigger in the summer. And we saw one this morning. It was like, that's a good looking little kitten within the age range of months that would be like compatible with our current one, Fonty.
Maybe by the time this airs, you will have this new friend.
She is at Humane, Colorado as we speak, talking to the wonderful cat and animal
She's
lover.
going to bring home a kitten, isn't she?
I think she is.
Oh my God, that makes your weekend really exciting. This makes your life even more exciting. I'm kind of jealous. I wanted a cat, but now that makes me want two.
Megan,
they can play together.
This just in, breaking news from Megan at Humane, Colorado. She says she's super lovely. She's super lovey.
Oh, lovey.
Oh, the kitten.
That's the kitten.
Perfect. You gotta have one cat that's like crazy, kind of psycho, and then you have one that's like a baby that just wants to be loved. That's my two cats.
And doesn't mind getting beat up on, just sits there.
They'll
like,
fight
whatever.
together, but one's, oh, Anna? That's
Hi,
such
Anna.
an odd.
That's the shelter's name. I don't know if we're going to stick with that.
No, that's not a
Yeah.
cat name.
She needs a name with a little more. Well, I don't know. We don't know her personality yet. We don't know. You'll have
Maybe
to.
it's Anna.
That's an
Do you want to build a
development you
snowman?
can all watch for.
Maybe. Anyway, shout out to Humane Colorado. Love those people.
Nice.
They've never
Nice.
done me wrong. They take care of
Same.
those animals. They do a great job. I love it. The name change, I'm still undecided, but the people in the organization, they're great.
That's what I wanted to bring up too. Is your Humane Colorado? For folks who maybe don't know, this is a name change for the Denver Dumb Friends League or the DDFL, depending on what you call it. But it's the same great organization. I've gotten all my animals there except for Boomhauer, which we got through a special friendship that needed to rehome their pet. But what I love about Humane Colorado too
That's a
is
story.
it's not. I mean, it's kind of.
It doesn't
sad,
have to
but
be for today, but clearly
no,
that's a
it
story.
is. It's a little, it's sad but sweet. But Humane Colorado also, not only have I gotten cats there and they've been wonderful, they were wonderful when I found lost animals and taken them there. So they really do some great work. Before we move on though, I want to share that my shout out is to Poppy's, my favorite restaurant, steakhouse in a strip mall. I was there last night. I took my friend Shayna for the first time. She'd never been there. It was so packed. There was a line out the door. So whatever Poppy's is doing, they're doing right. But
I'll tell you what they're doing right is those cookies. They got the best cookie in the city.
Yeah, they do have good
Little bag.
cookies.
Every time I go, I mean, I like it there. I like having a meal there, but then they'll have a little table full of Ziploc
so smart.
baggies full of it's peanut butter chocolate chip cookies is what I always get. You
Pick
buy
them
a
up
bag
on the
of
way out.
10 of them. I think, I'm going to have these for the week. And then within 24 hours, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Amazing.
I go there for their prime rib special, which I had last night.
Wow.
Delicious. So shout out to Poppy's. But again, you get to do this too. Become a CityCast Denver neighbor today and let us know what your favorite places are. Fawn over your favorite places and share them with us so we can share them with other listeners. If you join now for just $10 a month or $100 a year, that's one of your many, many perks. And you get to support this show, which is really, really special to us because that keeps us going. So go to membership.citycast.fm right now and sign up to become a CityCast Denver neighbor.
We got a lot of cats to feed. Mini cat mouths.
I know
that
Paul's
need
adding to
kibble.
the cat population of this
Yeah,
team.
it's like there's a lot of cat mouths that need kibble, so you really need to join because they're hungry. They're very hungry.
You're helping
support.
feed these kitties.
I got it. I mean, I can't believe how fast they go through a bag of food. It's just insane. They're big boys. They're
Yeah.
hungry.
They need
that
need
membership
fuel.
money.
They need that membership money. Membership.citycast.fm. All right. So today we're digging into the mailbag. We've got some great comments and thoughts from you all from episodes from the last couple of weeks. This first one, we have a text from Tyler from West Wash Park. Paul, do you want to read Tyler's text?
Hey there, Tyler from West Wash Park. About the discussion about the shift in young men's fashion, State of Liberty in the Base Camp shopping area off 16th and Market sells full suits made of athletic fabric, and they managed to afford that rent somehow. I think it was a great point about a shift in need leaving his business behind. Tyler's referring to Moda Man and this clothing
This
store
mobile
that
business he's moving
moved,
into. Yeah.
back to Tyler. Glad he's going to try and pivot.
Yeah. So we talked about this, Olivia, this men's sort of high-end clothing store downtown that was closing after being around the metro area since the 1980s. But the owner, I think his name was John Johnson, he is shifting to this mobile tailoring and like, he'll come to your house. He's a stylist that'll come to your house. But I loved this point from Tyler. Like, he's also talking about the thing you talked about, Olivia, which is the shift in athletic wear as formal wear.
They look like khakis. They look like formal pants, but they feel like comfy pants. I mean, shit.
It makes sense.
Damn, I keep swearing.
Let's talk about it. Swearing is in. I've been saying
Paul
this.
thinks it's
the
in.
trend of 2026. Everybody's
maybe I'm
swearing.
just losing my
I'm
vocabulary.
sorry.
I'm just becoming
This
a
is not
boring
new.
person. I'm just becoming a boring person who has no other adjectives to use. Adverbs. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I would add to it, but we're not trying to put an explicit on this show.
hey,
so.
but the athleisure clothes, the young men I know, they're wearing these. It's like you can go straight from the golf course to the corner office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that was a
You're
fun
writing an ad copy
conversation.
for these people right now? That was great.
I am available for it if you'd like to send some.
She now works for State of Liberty.
If you would like to send some samples my way, I'd love to wear some men's golf pants. I think I could really do them justice. I'd look great in that men's athleisure wear. So
When's the last time you wore pants?
I've got men in my life that like pants. I'll send their pant sizes.
Okay,
I'll be your
fair.
spokesperson. Thanks.
Perfect. Hi, Olivia.
Hey, Brie, what's up?
Well, I just want to talk to you about this cool new thing that we have that's just for CityCast Denver neighbors. We have something really exciting to share with you because we know you love Denver as much as we love Denver, but the other thing you love about Denver, which I know you do, is gossip. There's a lot of stuff that we realized we were leaving on the cutting room floor that was actually really fun and things we wanted to share that we thought our audience might like, but it doesn't always fit into our regular programming.
So if you want to hear that and join the little chat, we've got a special new thing for neighbors only. Where we are going to be rolling out a bonus segment at least once a week for neighbors only, where you get a special segment of us talking about something. But that's only one of the benefits you get from joining our membership program. Of course, it shows the kindness of your heart and supporting local journalism and our small team. We see each of your names and we get a little flutter in our hearts each time we see it. But you also get ad-free listening, invites to our member-only events, and then you're also getting a weekly preview of all the best events happening throughout the metro, sent right to your inbox every Monday.
So again, you can join us at membership.citycast.fm for just $10 a month. You get that extra content, or $100 a year if you want to save a little cash and pay for the whole year up front. And it's just for you if you become a member. Okay, we've got a text from Calvin in Lakewood. On Saturday, the Colorado Mammoth, the lacrosse team, won their game and are now the #1 team in the National Lacrosse League. They are now in the playoffs with a home field advantage. I just wanted to shout them out since it gets intense at those games.
Whoa.
I have to be honest, I've never been to a lacrosse game. Have either of you? This sounds really interesting.
Not a professional lacrosse game, but
my brother played lacrosse.
Yes, Olivia?
Oh, I was just going to say my brother played lacrosse in high school. So
Do they beat each other up? He says it gets intense.
I don't really remember it like that. I know he still has the jersey that he wears around. So really, I don't know.
Oh, Paul, you were saying our contributor, Michelle Jackson, she's a fan.
Yeah.
Nice.
She loves it.
She's been talking it up. Apparently the stadium atmosphere is very good.
Where do they play?
At Dick's? Do they play at Dick's?
I think it's indoor lacrosse.
Yeah, I think it's indoor.
I think it's at Ball Arena. Well, Ball Arena would probably be tough.
That'd be a big one. This is interesting.
What's interesting to you about it?
Well, when I was in Catholic school growing up, lacrosse was huge. There was a very, for all my old heads, there was a very popular store in Cherry Creek North called Lax World. And all the dudes I went to school with went to Lax World. But it was just sort of like a
lacrosse.
Exactly. But everybody just called it Lax World.
So cool.
I think they played Ball Arena.
Wow.
I'm going to look up their attendance numbers.
That's a great mascot too. Mammoth.
What's their? Oh,
the woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. I do like that. That's a really big, it's a good throwback.
And you don't have to worry about one showing up to the game and outshining your mascot. You know, it's one of those things. You don't have to worry about it.
And they have do they have a big mascot guy? I mean,
I'm constantly worried about that.
You know, I'm worried
if I'm
when
at Ball Arena watching hockey, is there going to be an
busting through the wall,
avalanche destroying this building from the mountains?
It's like when I'm at the
right
Rapids game and this guy with some really flowy hair shows up. I'm like, oh my God, it's Rapids man. No, he's going to outshine Rapids, the real Rapids man with that flowy water hair. Nice.
Well, you know what? We got a nice update from Rose in Athmar Park about Huston Lake, which we talked about in the last, I think we talked about last week. We wrote about it quite a bit in our newsletter. The fact that this lake is all but dried up in this wonderful neighborhood park. Rose from Athmar Park says Denver Parks and Rec came to the Athmar Park Neighborhood Association meeting tonight and told us that the Salisbury Lateral is repaired, but reports that the lake would fill by mid-May are slightly misleading. They shared that the Salisbury Lateral feeds from Clear Creek, then Garfield Lake, then Huston Lake. For now, Clear Creek has not reached levels where they release water into the Salisbury Lateral, so we need storms before Huston Lake will begin filling. Wow. That's like, I mean, glad it's repaired, but also,
It's snowing right now. We're going to fill up the lateral.
cross your fingers.
I don't know what a lateral is.
I've been curious about it ever since we have started talking about Huston Lake. Is what is a lateral and where is this thing? You go online, you search it. Some people call it a canal, but it's unclear to me what it actually is and where it actually goes.
You can follow it. I remember when I Googled it, you can sort of follow it like a gulch or a creek. And so my assumption was that it was that, but underground more. Maybe not something that we see, but there's some water flow specific that they're talking about.
We should start a hashtag fill the lateral.
That's right. He'll fill the Salisbury Lateral.
Hashtag fill the lateral. Let's do it.
Oh, but she also a warning from Rose. They also warn that while the lake looks dry, it is dangerous to walk on. It is still quite deep in some areas. So any of you adventurous people, don't walk on.
Jacket.
Legit, I almost did do a little of that when I was taking pictures out there the other day. And I was like, I don't know what's going on here. But if I fell into that gross muck of the lake, I would be mortified.
Goopy.
Also, I was alone. So,
Goopy
okay.
lake.
Thank you for the update, Rose. That was actually so helpful. And we'll be watching for that lateral to get flowing. We got some Reddit comments about this Peyton Manning-inspired restaurant. Paul, I honestly have to throw this to you because I'm just not, I don't know a ton about Peyton Manning. So this was out of my wheelhouse in terms of what is a Peyton Manning-inspired restaurant all about?
Well, surely you know the famous restaurateur, the legendary restaurateur Peyton Manning from his work with Papa John's. Papa John's, John Schnatter, the disgraced CEO
The disgraced
and founder.
Papa
I know, I was
John's.
like,
We haven't canceled him by now?
We
God.
did. No,
We-
no,
I mean,
well,
Peyton
definitely
Manning
canceled.
Peyton Manning for working with him.
Oh,
And from what I've heard, being kind of buds, Schnatter
Wow.
and Manning. Manning was like famously the pitch man for Papa John's. He owned 31 Papa John's franchises, including here in Denver. I think the one up on Leetsdale near George Washington High School was one of
right
his.
by my
'Cause I
favorite
think
Planned
they have a-
Parenthood.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't like Papa
Um,
John's. Anyway,
Oh, yeah? What's your chain pizza of choice?
I'm a Pizza Hut apologist. Their
Pizza
pan
Hut
pizza,
is one of them.
their
We-
pan pizza, I think it's good.
I
Anyway.
had Papa John's the other night at my Laguna Beach reunion party, and it was actually really good.
I like Papa John's. That's my
I
one.
just-
I
It
like
just
it more
tastes
than Domino's and
racist.
Pizza Hut.
Tastes racist to me.
It's way better than Domino's and Pizza Hut, Paul. You're right. But yes, also, Olivia, that.
You just want that garlic butter dipping sauce.
Anyway, so
this
yeah.
is not what we're talking about.
famous Papa John's franchise owner Peyton Manning is returning to the restaurant world with a partnership with the Gustamo Group, which is a restaurant group based in Denver behind Park Burger and Homegrown Tap and Dough. Some popular
didn't know.
spots.
Oh, sure.
But this is by far their biggest project ever. And that's kind of what appealed to me about this story is when we got this story, which, by the way, we had first. They're proposing a giant restaurant and mixed use like development in Littleton at Santa Fe Drive and Mineral Avenue. They're calling it First Street Farms. So it's not like Peyton's Place. It doesn't seem to be explicitly Peyton Manning themed. They're calling it Peyton Manning inspired. I tried to get an interview with one of the people behind Gustamo Group. I think they might be closer to June when it actually goes before the Littleton City Council for a final vote. Because it's like the whole project is like, I get a lot of questions about it. One, how involved is Peyton Manning? They call it Peyton Manning inspired. He's supposedly going to be a promoter who is both an investor and offering his name, image, and likeness to the place. So are we going to get like Peyton themed menu items? But then the other thing is
Cream of onion soup. Cream of mushroom
maybe.
soup.
Ew.
Some white people specials.
I don't know. Well, the one thing on Reddit The one food thing other than Papa John's that you'd associate with him apparently is chicken parmesan sandwiches. I guess this was, I posted the story on the Denver Broncos Reddit, and that was the top comment. They've got to have a chicken parm on the menu. I didn't know the reference, but I guess there was a commercial that was very like on all the time when he first came to Denver, where it was a Nationwide commercial, and the jingle for Nationwide is on your side. Peyton Manning sang, "Chicken parm, you taste," or "Chicken parm, you look so good." He sang this to the sandwich before he took a big bite. And I guess it was like a big earworm. It's kind of a viral moment.
Apparently, because
one of his first ads.
Because
stuck in my head.
I don't know if it was you or us, but we got shamed by any_crab_4362 for not knowing that reference.
Oh yeah, no, that was me. I mean, I admit it. I didn't know it. I didn't follow the team back then. But
how did
I guess
you
if
not
you
know
did,
that reference?
you heard about it.
You didn't know about chicken parms?
Peyton Manning and the chicken parm. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Hey, by the way, guys, Peyton Manning also played football.
What do you?
We didn't mention that, but I think that he was a famous football player at one time.
I think so.
Maybe he
So
was.
Yeah.
just to, I think that was also part of his lore.
I want to know what the waterway is that runs through this development plan. That
Okay, can you? Can we go
I
back
think
to the
it's the
part that they
plat.
want taxpayers to pay for part of this?
Yes. Well, that's the last thing that's
I'm not
interesting to me
paying
about
for your
it.
damn Peyton Manning restaurant. Sorry.
Well, you won't be anyway because it's in Littleton. They're asking for
wouldn't.
the municipal Littleton government to put up as much as $5.56 million
That's insane.
wow.
in
Why?
public, in like tax breaks, basically. Well,
Why,
they're making
though?
the case for it to be a public good. And this is one of the things I wanted to ask the Gustamo group guys about is like, what's the public good here?
What's
like,
a public good in a for-profit
It's
restaurant?
so funny to me, like all this stuff, like we're asking for taxpayers, and it's like, meanwhile, in Kansas City, the Mahomes just put up the money for their women's soccer stadium. Meanwhile, they're just putting up the money. They're not trying to get people to pay for it. Oop.
I mean, they might end up doing this Gustamo Peyton Manning ownership
It's like,
group.
just pay for it.
Mm.
Want it so bad.
It's possible. The one thing is that question of like, will the city of Littleton put up any money or like give tax breaks for this? To me, that's a test of how influential Peyton Manning is. I, of course, put him on my list of the 21 most influential Denverites of the 21st century a few months ago. So if they get a big chunk of tax breaks from the city of Littleton, I think that might be a point in my favor of how influential Peyton Manning is.
Or how much they really want a good chicken parm near them. It's like Littleton has an absence of good chicken parm, so we need this real bad.
Perhaps. For Denverites, for the record, who might be curious, would our Broncos-loving mayor, Mike Johnston, put up tax incentives for a project like this with someone like Peyton Manning attached? I asked the mayor's office and they said no, basically. Not the kind of thing they would do, but they would probably offer a lot of support with permitting and infrastructure upgrades, like sidewalks around the project. That's something that the city under a Mayor Johnston would offer.
Huh. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is just down the road from the Aspen Grove Lifestyle Center and also the Carboy Winery. So there's some other stuff over there.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that place.
Destinations?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I have to drive all the way out there to go to my doctor's office. I guess I'll go to Peyton Manning's Chicken Parmesan-a-thon when I'm next time I'm out there.
Hey, you name it that, I'm in. I'll go.
I thought that was
Fine.
so funny that he's associated with chicken parmesan. I had no idea.
I know. We clearly did not know. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, more of your thoughts and questions. Okay, Paul, what's up with If South Broadway Was a Person?
Okay, yeah. So we did a bonus segment last week in our new for members only bonus segments. Every week we do one. And this segment was based on this survey that the new Broadway General Improvement District put out because they're they're collecting now new tax money from some of the business owners and residents of the area around South Broadway. And their first thing that they're funding is a brand identity refresh. So they put out this survey to get people's opinions on what that brand identity is. And one of the questions was the most fun thing. We got some responses after we put a clip of this on Instagram. And Brie, I thought it'd be fun to talk to you about, because I suspect that you have an opinion about this.
Yes. If South Broadway was a person, who would it be? Chris wrote in and told us Rhino is a tech bro. South Broadway is a mid-30s woman wearing stovepipe jeans. Okay.
And then I think that
stovepipe jean.
Those are like straight leg, not skinny jeans.
And
they're
flared.
often, he said jeans, they're often not jean material. I guess he's referring to the cut. They're like straight leg pants on women.
Yeah.
They're often cropped. They look great. Your butt usually looks really good in them. I'm sure a hot, nice girl, like she probably has a pair of these in her rotation. That was my take on this, was that South Broadway is
a girl who is hot and nice.
A girl who's hot, but is like actually nice, has a personality, not going to ditch you in the club, makes you get in your Uber, just like cares about you. But I believe she probably has a pair of stovepipe pants in her rotation.
So you think he's accurate here?
Yeah, I mean, I would, and also like hotness spans any age. So like mid-30s, sure. Like, yeah, you can be hot at.
Thank you.
A hot girl. A hot girl is the essence. So like, however old. But yeah, Rhino is a tech bro. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That kind of opened this up to my other favorite prompt, which is if Denver was a house.
Yeah.
What would be the living room? This is more like if Denver was a house, who's living in it? And that's when maybe the metaphor gets too strained to even bother.
Rhino is the basement they turned into a podcast studio and has like all those self-built computers that like turn colors and are like see-through. And so you can do like lots of gaming stuff and Twitch streaming down there. And you're like, I'm so cool. I'm Twitch streaming. And like, yeah.
I thought about when you said this just now, Paul, I thought about if South Broadway was part of a house, it would also be the basement, but it would be your friend who has that cool retro bar in their basement that has like vintage Pabst signs, and like it maybe was their grandparents' house or something, but everybody likes to hang out there because it's for some reason has a full bar built into it and probably a jukebox. That feels like, well, that might be South Broadway of my time. I don't know if that's current day.
We had an air hockey table in my basement growing up, and it was the basement that all my friends came to. So
air hockey.
That's
awesome. It was
that's
fun.
Maybe that's what we'll do. We're trying to make our house that way so that my son's friends all want to come here.
Yeah.
But so far we just have an old PlayStation and some VHS tapes and a bunch of old toys, and kids already seem to love it. So
yeah.
Clinton B says South Broadway is Nick Cave, Nick Drake, and Nick Zed, Nickelback in the trunk. I am also a music. I know. I was like, I don't know how deep I want to get into this because I always sound insane when I talk about music, I guess. But I'm with him. Nick Cave, post-punk icon from The Birthday Party, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Nick Drake, folk musician who died very, very young, left a very big imprint with some folks with this beautiful song called Pink Moon.
Yeah, I was like, is this Pink Moon?
Yes.
That's in my playlist.
Yeah, it's the Pink Moon Nick Drake. And Nick Zed is also like sort of an outsider filmmaker from the 70s and 80s. And Nickelback in the trunk feels like we've either locked them in there or this is the guilty pleasure aspect of a South Broadway person, that it's not fully visible. So this is all pop culture references to me. I don't know how much it resonates.
Yeah, I don't know the through line with all that, except that it's all Nick. I feel like that's what Clinton is telling us is South Broadway, if it was a person, be a guy named Nick.
With this specific taste. I think that's what I'm getting from it. Is like, I know this kind of person exactly. Like this is a dude in a band that I know for sure. So another interesting take. Okay. Olivia, could you read us this text?
I would love to.
Because you're mentioned at the end of it.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's good.
Hi, CityCast friends. I wanted to share a little note about beavers after this morning's conversation. This is from our bonus segment.
Yes.
Earlier this week, where we talked with Joshua Emerson about the beaver population in Denver and the metro. I have something called Raynaud's, which essentially means my hands and feet have really bad pain when they get cold. I wanted to find an alternative for the throwaway hand warmers because of all the trash they make. I found a company online called Aurora Heat. It's out of Canada and was founded and run by Indigenous folks. They use traditional methods and it brings money into the local Indigenous community. They sell small pieces of beaver fur that you can use in place of hand warmers. They have a whole selection of sizes for hands, feet, head, and even other body parts. They work really well because the beaver fur holds in heat. I love them for camping and any other outdoor activities when it's cold outside. Perhaps Olivia's idea of allowing hunting of beavers to control the population could be paired with something like this. Thanks for keeping us informed and entertained.
From Stacy.
From Stacy in Cap Hill.
Again, a reason I love our listeners. I've never heard of this company, and this sounds, I want these.
Oh, I went to this website immediately.
Oh, yeah, me too, yeah. No, I mean, you
great.
can't tell my wife about this. She will not listen, so she won't hear this, but I did buy a pair with the intent of gifting them for her birthday in the fall. So I bought a pair and I'm going to have to hide them away. But yeah, I think this is a brilliant idea and I really want to try them.
Yeah.
Such a great idea.
It makes sense that their fur would trap heat well, I think.
I should get these for my mom.
You should get these for you. I feel like you're chronically
I know
cold.
My hands are always cold.
Treat yourself.
But
they
I know
are
a lot of folks have neuropathy post chemo, and that can really impact how your hands feel. And this sounds like a great solution for that too. This is so cool.
Maybe we should do a collab with them. Next member drive, we do the beaver hand warmers.
I love it. Well, we have another email to piggyback off this one, and it's addressed to you. This is from Nick H. Olivia, you don't need to worry. It's okay to hunt beavers. We have a managed program in Colorado, so they won't be overhunted, and license fees go toward nature conservation of all kinds. You are completely correct about your deer comparison. No natural predators really can be a problem. Thank you, Nick. See,
I felt really validated reading this. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
why you were a little worried too, and I was like, I think you were onto something, and Nick is right. You absolutely are.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for this. I was like, I feel like there's a through line here.
Yeah.
Denverites are just open to hunting. We're not that kind of a blue dot in this red rural area.
Some of us
People are into it.
Some of us are maybe.
Well, and I think I like that he makes the point that like it's a purpose, like you were saying with deer hunting. It helps control the population, and there's a way to do it that also supports other conservation activities through licensing. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's like every kind of hunting. You have to have a license, and that supports conservation efforts.
That's
so
cool.
Thanks for not skewering me for that take. I do appreciate that.
We have a voicemail up next. Let's hear from Tom.
Hey, this is Tom from Southmore. I just finished listening to your episode about sci-fi in Denver, and then I walked into the new Denver Book Society, and I see Peter Heller's book, which is a post-apocalyptic, The Dog Stars is a post-apocalyptic novel set in Colorado and Denver, and it's going to be made into a movie. I think, what's his name from, it's going to be made into a movie with kind of big stars and big director, and so that's going to even further kind of put us on the sci-fi map with, and that one I think is post-apocalyptic, but it kind of works because of the isolation of the mountains, how you can kind of live an existence out there by yourself or with a small community. So anyway, that's another one to add to your list. I haven't read the article you quoted, but maybe the Dog Stars is in it, but maybe not. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Bye.
So, Paul, we were talking about this, what Tom's talking about, because of that show Paradise that you and Michelle love, which is set here, post-apocalyptic scenario. We've had Peter Heller on the show before. You're familiar with this book, right?
Yes, I've read the book.
So what do you think about this in context of this? It's definitely...
I think Tom is totally on point. I don't think it was mentioned in that article, but it fits right in. It touches on all the themes that were discussed, like Denver as a safe refuge. The other thing that the Dog Stars plays up is that, our culture of the preppers that are around Colorado and that self-reliance kind of strain of libertarianism in our culture. that's a big part of the Dog Stars as well. And the movie that Tom is talking about, I shared the trailer, which just dropped on our team Slack. I don't know if either of you watched it, but he's right. Big stars, big director, Ridley Scott of Gladiator, Jacob Elordi, the new young hunk of the moment.
I was going to say, I know a lot of people that will see that just for the Elordi factor.
It's coming out in August. Looks like a big blockbuster. It's going to be a big deal.
That's cool for us.
I'm excited about it. It was a great book.
I love that.
Is it filmed here?
I don't know. I didn't look very Colorado in the trailer, to be honest, but I need to look that up.
Okay. It'd be nice if it was. Well, I think that wraps it up for today. We always love your comments, your questions, your thoughts to any episode of the last 5+ years. Please write in at denver@citycast.fm. Give us a call. Shoot us a text. Leave us a voicemail, 720-500-5418. We love to hear from you. Before we go, just one more reminder. We are in our membership drive season, and we need you. Join us. Become a CityCast Denver neighbor today. Olivia, can you just talk about this pennant one more time? Because it's so cute. This bonus you get.
It's like a little felt pennant. Kind of looks like one of those college pride pennants made in the USA. Oxford Pennant Company. Made in the USA. Super cute. CityCast Denver on it. It's got an unspecified, unnamed horse on it.
Yes.
Just a horse. He's there
for trademark reasons.
It's very cute. I've been pitching it as I think it will look really cool in your Zoom background. Just show people that you've got some city pride, you've got some CityCast pride. Be a conversation starter in your Zoom. So like, what's that? And then you can tell them, oh, it's this really cool thing I listen to every morning. You should totally do it, and you should totally join membership. Or I said also, like, on your telehealth appointment, you're meeting with your doctor, and your doctor's like, how have you been doing? You're like, so much better since I got the Oxford pennant from CityCast Denver, from joining the membership program. My health, my general happiness has improved so much just from joining. $10 a month is the cheapest way to improve your overall health. And I can just show you that by this pennant in my background that is 100% American made and really cool and green.
So if Olivia's not selling you on it, I don't know what will. But again, the pennant is just one part of the CityCast Denver Neighbors program, a benefit for you. Again, in-person members-only events with us and some contributors at a cool space. We've got one coming up. We will be revealing more information about that soon. So become a member now so you get invited to that. Carry your pendant around. Show it off. Again, membership.citycast.fm. Join us today. Paul, Olivia, thank you.
Thanks.
The Dog Stars filmed Northern Italy, Dolomites for the Rockies, and I got to go pick up the cat. We're going to go pick up Megan.
Kitty!
Cat's coming home.
Kitty's arrived.
Bye, you two.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell Paul's new kitten at Humane Colorado about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to our morning newsletter at denver.citycast.fm. You can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor today at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See ya!